Hey guys, and welcome along to another video. Today's video is the next video in our Quest for SS series, where you follow me on my quest to become an SS rated driver. I put all the details of how you can track my progress on Kudos Prime in the description below, so make sure you go and check out my progress. To all the regular viewers of the channel, welcome back. If you're new to the channel and this is your first video, we cover all sorts of GT Sport related content here, so if this is a bit of you, please consider subscribing. Now we've got the intro out of the way, let's get into it. So we've got 15 laps around Brands Hatch today. We're in the Lexus that's been liveried up by one of the subscribers, thank you very much for that. We've qualified in 5th place, 6/10 of a second behind the leader. So it's not insurmountable that we can hang with them. We're going to try and just keep it conservative for the first couple of laps ideally. We've got the radar on there so we can see who's around us, we don't want any contact. And as we see up ahead, the Frenchman is just going to run the Spaniard there off the road. So as we were saying, trying to stay out of trouble here, we're already up to 4th. So as we look behind, there's a bit of a gap beginning to form between us and the people behind. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the display down there to try and get an understanding of the fuel and how much we're going to have left, and start thinking about strategy a little bit, because if that French guy is going to put a move on me like he did with that Spaniard as he goes off there, we may as well just stick behind him, to be honest, and conserve a bit of fuel, but we'll see what that looks like shortly. So as we look behind, there's a pretty mean set of guys behind us. What we're going to do is we're going to keep the power mix to the highest level and try and get a bit of a balance, not putting too much pressure on the guy in 3rd, but hopefully being able to pull away from the pack behind. So a couple of laps later now, and our plan has come to fruition a little bit. We're hanging behind the French guy here, but we're pulling out a bit of a gap to the guys behind. The reason why I'm not getting too close to the French guys, I don't want to enter into a battle with him, because all that's going to do is slow us both down. I'm conscious of the two guys up top getting away. Now that we've got that gap to the guys in 5th, I'm going to put the fuel mix to 3. I'm going to do this as a bit of an experiment because I've not been pushing very hard at the moment and we've been able to hang on to him. So what I'm going to do is push a little bit harder, but make the fuel to power mix a little bit leaner. Let's see if we can save some fuel behind him and jump him in the pit stops. So the battle goes on up ahead with the 1st and 2nd guys, and the Spaniard in 2nd is off. So he has managed to make a mistake somewhere, and now we're up to 3rd. So this is beginning to look better and better for us the more fuel we save as we continue to hang on to the French guy in front. I'm feeling a bit more confident, so I'm actually going to put it up to 4. Save even more fuel now, as the opportunity to take that 2nd place grows a little bit more. So you join us a little bit later in the lap now. We're halfway through lap 5. The guy in 4th is staying behind us and we're not losing too much time to the guy in 2nd. All the time we're saving fuel and lots of it, which is fantastic. And up ahead the yellow flags are out and the Brit in 1st has dropped it. This is fantastic. I almost run myself because I'm so surprised by that. This has brought us right into play, and all that fuel saving we've done has put us right in contention for the lead here, because if we can drop that guy in the pits, I'm confident when we're on power band 1, as long as that guy hasn't been fuel saving as well, we'll be able to keep him behind us. So as we come down the back straight here, I'm going to turn the power right back up. We've got about 1.5 seconds just over between us and the guy in 1st. I feel I'm much quicker than him through this tight technical section at Brands. He's been quite conservative before and I've seen him run wide a couple of times. So I'm absolutely going to turn it up, get after him and see if we can jump him in the pit stop. So guys, as we come out the final corner here, the Frenchman's going to dive into the pits and we're going to take over the lead. We managed to take 0.6 of a second out of him on that half lap alone, and if you look at how much fuel he had left, he had 3%. We've actually got 16. So that shows how much fuel that we'd saved over him, as he wasn't doing so. He was going as quickly as he can, which bodes really, really well to try and undercut this guy. I say undercut, it's actually an overcut, but either way it gives us great opportunity to get out in front thanks to fuel management. But that is only an opportunity. We have to have a really, really good in-lap here. As we've had 2 red sectors so far, we're going to try and have a good middle sector and see if we can get a blue or even purple. I think purple is going to be a bit of a struggle. There we go, there's a blue. Best time for us so far, as the Spaniard there has put a 1:17.7 in. We've put a 1:18.3, so he's at least 0.6 up on us, so it's a bit of a big gap. I don't think we'll be able to get it there, but we're almost 1/10 up on our best lap so far, so it's been a decent in lap. It's going to be hopefully enough to get us out in front. Let's see how we get on. So we come in a lap ahead with 6%, and we've only got a fuel to the end of the race. So out we come, new set of boots on, and we're out in first. We've got a 2.5 second just over gap, and we've got ample fuel now to get us home. So I think as long as we don't make any mistakes, we should be in very, very good shape to bring this one home. There he is there. As we cross the line to finish lap 9 and go into lap 10, the gap has remained stable, just over 2 seconds. Towards the end of lap 11, you can see that the Frenchman has made some sort of mistake, and the fastest guy in the race, the Spaniard there, the guy who owns the fastest lap, as I did a bit of a slide on, has now overtaken into second. So, is he going to start closing the gap on us? Let's see. So you join us on the penultimate lap here. I'm actually starting to fuel save a little bit, because I thought I put in ample fuel, but I'm even getting a bit nervous, so I'm going to a bit of fuel saving here. Now as I come into this corner, I'm just going to get it all wrong and end up on the gravel. Oh, and we did have a 4-second lead. We get unlapped by the guy in 18th there, and we've done this in the worst possible place, and we've lost about 2 seconds to the quickest guy in the race. So we're going to have to turn the wick back up and really, really try and hold on to this. Oh, what a terrible, terrible time to make a mistake. As you can see, I'm hanging it out a little bit there, car sliding around. We have to do our best to hang on to this one. As we come across the line to start the final lap, we've actually managed to take 0.2 of a second back now. Since we turned the wick back up, we've got 1.1 laps of fuel remaining. Trying to get around without letting these back markers, even though they're ghosted, get in my head. 1.6 now the gap is, and I think we're going to be okay fuel wise, as long as we don't make a mistake into this corner here. No, we get this one right. Much better. Make our way down the hill there. We're at 1.7 going up to almost 1.8, so we can afford to take it a little bit easy here through this tight section, because I really don't want to get any of this wrong of turn in early or run wide or anything like that. Across the curbs here, and the only bit of danger we got left for me really is this corner. I do not want to drop. Yeah, there we go. Taking it ultra conservative there, keeping the 2 left wheels well away from that grass, and we should. Fuel's looking good, the gap looks good as well. Yep, I think we're going to be fine. We're going to end up taking this one home in a much more exciting last lap than it needed to be. So we take the win by 1.6, almost 7 seconds, and that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.